Have you seen any episodes of the show before or no?
I have, yeah.
Which ones did you see?
I seen the Alien to the Ignorant one. I forgot who I was talking to about it, but when Andrew tried to randomly start calling himself AJ. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is LJ Tyson, and this is episode 59 of the Sit Down Podcast.
Hey, I'm Mark.
I'm Joel.
These episodes of the Sit Down Podcast are brought to you by Funky Moose Records.
Subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment below, and ring the bell because it really helps us out, you guys.
And check out funkymooserecords.ca for all your used and new records, and accessories.
And merch. Beauty.
Better.
A lot better.
Awesome.
So welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having me.
You bet, man. I was asking Mark, we didn't get a chance to get into it before you came on, but I was asking him, how do you two know each other?
Probably just like music stuff, social media stuff. No?
Yeah. I know him more than he knows me, I think. Because I saw you live at the PA Winter Festival in, was it 2019?
Probably. I've been playing at those things for quite a while now.
Yeah. So you did the Wallflowers, One Headlight?
Yeah.
Is that your staple song, or was that just for that one?
It was just for that one, but you know what? It ended up becoming a staple song. Like when my band would hit the road after I started playing that, I always had to put that one in. In fact, I think they got pretty annoyed of me trying to sing that all the time.
So how, because I was there with a band, so they gave me kind of the a background story of how that, how the whole Winter Festival was set up. Can we get your perspective? How did you get involved there? How does that work?
Oh, geez. Me and the Prince Albert Winter Festival go way back, kind of like old friends. I was like born and raised doing the Prince Albert Winter Festival. My mom is actually one of the, she's been the producer of the showcase called Voices of the North, probably since I was born. And so that was my introduction into Winter Festival. And then getting older and started doing my own music stuff, I started auditioning for like Country North show, rock show. And yeah, it's always been a part of my life, weirdly enough. I give a lot of credit to the Prince Albert Winter Festival for who I am as an artist these days. Like, it's such a not only important part of Prince Albert music scene, but also like an important part of like my own musical journey.
That's awesome. So did you get to, you said you played at the Country North show?
You got to talk about your mom, aren't you?
Maybe. I was maybe gonna lead into that. I was gonna ask what year it was when you sang at the Country North show. Because I think
I started singing
way before him. But
here's the thing: like, I'm such a nerd of the PA music scene. Like, if you tell me like someone sang at the Country North show like this year, like I will probably have seen that performance if I was around then, because I'm so obsessed with all these like local singers and local shows, because I promise you, like, I just am obsessed with them. Where I learned a lot of that's where I learned a lot of my musical chops from, is watching these local singers at things like Country North show or rock show, Voices of the North.
Right. I've got actually three Country North shows on DVD, and I think it was, if I remember right, it was, maybe I got 4 of them. 99, 2000, 2001, 2002. I think it's those 4, 98 to 2001 or something like that. Nice. Were you at those shows? Any of those ones?
LJ wasn't even born.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was like, Mom was have been before his time. But yeah. How old are you?
I just turned 27. So I'm not like
nice.
Okay.
So you'd have been definitely like pre-K.
So maybe you were there.
Maybe I was. I might have been.
I'll have to watch him, see if I can see a little kid running around.
Yeah, I know that kid.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was so today I was on your YouTube channel and I just kind of hit the playlist and I was going into it, and Janelle kept asking, this is weird, every song she's like, who is that now? I'm like, hey, it's the same freaking guy, man. She's like, oh, he really sounds like Bon Jovi. I'm like, what are you talking
Oh
about?
God.
There was one of the songs, I'm gonna have to go into my history here from today,
Yeah,
because she said one of the songs sounds like the new Bon Jovi song.
that's not too far off, I think.
I haven't heard the new
I
Bon
mean,
Jovi song.
you're obviously not Bon Jovi, but that.
Any idea which one she'd be talking about for that? Because
I don't know. I feel really bad if I ripped off Bon Jovi. I didn't mean to.
No, your 2019 album, what was that called?
Skeleton.
Skeleton, right? That's the one I had.
Yeah.
That's the one I had playing this afternoon.
Nice.
And it's. I mean, I don't like putting, stamps on music or putting it in a box or whatever. But is modern pop country kind of a genre that would, although country is just because of the some of the banjo in the background, I guess.
Yeah, no, it was actually it started as a country record, and then I kind of left the country music genre, so we tried to make it a dance record. And then I was over that, so we tried to make it a folk record. And then we're just like, you know what? Let's just finish it up as a country record. So it's a mess of a record, and if I could take it back, I would. But you know what? I actually have learned to love that record so much. But it's a chaotic listen. Like I recommend that people go into listening to it with an open mind, because it was made during this extremely difficult time in my life, and it definitely comes through in the genre jumping.
Yeah, because it has a little bit of everything, I found, which in one way kind of shows who you are as an artist in one way, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
and what you can do. Because there are a lot of artists that put themselves in a box and this is the music I make, and deal with it. But
yeah, I mean, primarily I consider myself a songwriter before anything. So I named it the album Skeleton because the songwriting is all the same. I mean, it's all coming from the same person, but I mean, there's multiple producers and multiple musicians on there, but at the heart of it all, I guess my cheesy way of saying it was the skeleton's the same. It's just everything else was different. All the stylings.
Right. And you have a new song out, Pink Smoke?
Well,
newish.
Yeah, Pink Smoke, newish. It's been out for about a couple months now, and me and my friend, we got really bored during COVID-19, and he really wants to be a music producer, so he wanted to have an artist use as kind of a guinea pig for production. And one day he just got me to record over this kind of like hip hop inspired beat, and I wrote the lyrics for it, and we just put it out for fun. Yeah, that's Pink Smoke.
Okay. It is a fun song though. So wait, so he already had the beat and you just wrote lyrics over top of it, or did you have were you involved in like the production of like the beats to Pink Smoke?
No, I came in and there was a track, there was a beat and a few instruments in there. And then I put the melodies and lyrics to it, and then we kind of built it up there together.
Sweet, man.
Yeah.
I was listening to it before. It's a fun song, man. It turned out really, really good.
Actually, my next song is gonna be is this one song of an upcoming album or something, but I think you would answer that already.
Well, here's the thing. It is just one song that we were kind of just messing around with, but we are going to put it on a B-sides album that comes out before my official album comes out. So I have all these songs that I've done throughout my career that I haven't put out for one reason or another. And so we're going to put all the songs that we worked on this summer, including Pink Smoke, brand new songs that no one's heard yet. And then all my old songs that I've worked on in like my punk band, and songs that didn't make my first record. Like we're going to put all those on a B-sides record and make sure that people have access to that before the next official record comes out.
Right. Do you have like an ETA on when you want an official record to come out? Like,
Yeah,
what's the timeline are we looking at?
So I would like I guess, I don't know, I call it my second official record, but it's going to be realistically my first one, because the first one was a little bit of a mess, and I admit that. But the second album, my second official record, I want to have out by this time next year. So I don't know if that means it's going to come out like a little bit before that, but the latest I want to have it out is March of 2022.
Right.
And
Sweet.
we have some singles planned all the way leading up to that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You're a terrible salesperson for your first album, though.
Oh my God. I know. I'm just like, I keep telling people, I'm like, there's something for everyone on there. However, I had a horrible time making that record. And it's like, I love it. I love it so much. I listen to it very often, which I know sounds so weird because I'm listening to my own music, but it's a good, I appreciate the production on that, because there's like, I think 3 different producers who worked on that record, and they're all amazing at what they do, and how they made me sound throughout that record is so, it's interesting to see. It's interesting to see how different producers can put their hands on a product, on a project, on an artist, and it's kind of like through their lens. It's how they see the artist, and I think that's the most interesting thing about the Skeleton record is there's so many different perspectives, but the songwriting is of one artist and the voice is all of one artist. It's interesting for, like, I think music nerds would really appreciate that fact.
Yeah. So who were the producers? Were they PA producers, or
were they locals?
Oh I get where you're going with that.
Locals is going to haunt me until I'm done with music.
Why, man? It's a good song, dude. I will not steer you wrong here. I watched that video like 4 times today.
Awesome.
Okay. So Joel came in here and he was like, "Hey, did you watch Locals?" I'm like, "Watch Locals? What are you talking about?" And he's like, "LJ's song." I was like, "Oh no, I heard the song, but I didn't watch the video." So he just showed me right before we started.
And that was the 4th time I watched it today. I was intrigued. So the first time I was like adding records. I was working today.
What?
Yeah, and I was listening to your music on the side, and then when this song came on, I kind of looked and I was like, "Oh, that looks like Prince Albert." And then I did a double take, and then I was hooked. And I stood there and I watched the whole video. And then Janelle came downstairs, and I'm like, "Here, watch this video and tell me if you know anybody." So then we watched it again. And then I got here and I watched it again fucking 4 times today.
Yeah.
But I thought it was really fun because I would consider myself a local. So I was very intrigued with it, and I enjoyed it a lot. So thank you for this video. It was a good one. The production of it was great. I liked recognizing all the little businesses and the areas that you guys were in. I didn't recognize anybody in the video that I knew. But yeah, and then I had questions about it, like how did it come to be, and who did you collab with? I know it says at the end credits of it and everything, but I'm just interested. It was very well done. I liked it.
Thank you. So the Local song, I didn't know I was going to be the artist singing that song. I thought I was just writing the song. In fact, I had an artist in my mind that I thought they were giving the song to, who was a way more locally known, actually nationally known artist than I was. And I was like, okay, they're taking my song and that person's gonna sing it, and I'm fine with that. Like, I was happy to at least have my song heard. And then all of a sudden they're like, okay, yeah, here, change this lyric and change this lyric. And they were like, really had me like changing the song a lot. I was like, okay, whatever, that's the songwriter's job. And then as time went on, they're like, okay, and then you're gonna like be in this music video. that Evan Jenkins is going to produce. And when I say they, I mean the people at the City of Prince Albert's team that was working to put this project together. And yeah, they're like, hey, you're going to star in this music video that Evan Jenkins is going to be on. We're going to highlight like local businesses and people in Prince Albert, and we're going to have these dancers. And I'm like, wait, like I'm going to be the one singing this local song? Like, and they were like, yeah. So that kind of threw me off guard. And then filming the music video was just a whole other experience. They had the dancers you see in that music video, they had the same choreography for me. And I was like,
Oh, really?
I was like, I panicked. I was like telling, like, I think I had my best friend there with me. I'm like, can you tell them like I don't want to do that choreography? Like it's not gonna happen. Like I'm gonna look stupid doing that. And we convinced them to like just let me play my guitar and sing and walk down the street.
So do you not like dancing, or?
Here's the thing. I love dancing alone in my room with the door shut and my headphones in. Like that's like, and I'm sure that looks stupid on its own. So I can't imagine someone watching me dancing. Like it's just not going to happen.
That's awesome.
So, okay, wait, take a step back here. So how did it all begin? Like locals in particular, like the video, like the city of PA wanted to do a music video to highlight the city. How did like you get on board with that?
So they put out a call for artists to submit songs for this music video. And I submitted this song called Positive Vibes. And they said, we like it. We like the vibe of it. And they were just like, but would you be able to change it a little bit to more suit like a celebration vibe, like you're celebrating the city? I'm like, yeah, but I think I'm just better off just writing you guys a different song and resubmitting something. So they worked with me. And so for anyone that wants to do some digging, Positive Vibes is actually, I say it's like Locals' twin sister, because it's the same song, just so heavily edited and so heavily altered. And obviously all the lyrics are the same, that it became two separate songs. So I ended up recording Locals. This whole time I'm thinking, okay, I'm just the songwriter on this project. Someone else is going to sing on this local song. And yeah, it ended up being me. And it was just a very accidental thing that I got thrown into. And I'm so grateful for the experience, but it was such like a punk kid like me, I just was like playing with a punk band in Prince Albert, to all of a sudden like have this country single out. And it was everywhere at the time. It was, it was kind of super shocking for me, and like a major culture shock. And it threw me into like this like country music genre that I knew nothing about. And I think that's where a little bit of my animosity towards the country music genre came from.
Right.
So it was kind of a blessing in disguise.
Oh, such a blessing in disguise. Yeah. I just wish I appreciated it more in the moment. It was so much more grateful, because everyone that worked on that project believed in it so much. And I don't know if they're out there watching this right now. Thank you guys. I'm sorry. I was such a little weirdo about it.
Well, that was also like, if I'm not mistaken, was that in 2017 when that video came out?
Yeah, and I was working on the radio at the time. Like I was a morning show host while all this was going on. So like when I say I literally promise you I recorded the song and then went to do the video, and then it all just happened, like it really did. Like I had nothing to do with I had nothing more to do with the project than writing the song, recording it, and then doing the video. They took care of everything else, and I just kind of was along for the ride. So like really the credit goes to the team of people that put it together. I wish I could take all the credit for it. It's an awesome video, but I can't take almost any credit.
You're a morning show host? Which radio station?
I was with NBC radio from I think like June 2016 to June 2017. Like I left right when Locals came out.
Okay. What do you do now aside from being a musician?
I'm a full-time musician and songwriter.
Oh, okay.
That's awesome.
there are not a lot of artists that can say that. So count yourself lucky.
I do, and I appreciate. I gotta say, thank you so much to radio stations that actually play up and coming artists, because they're the reason why I can make this a full-time job. So thank you to the radio stations that actually dig through all their music submissions and play smaller artists like myself. It's really important, and it, I think, keeps the music industry abuzz and alive.
I would agree wholeheartedly.
Yeah. So to go on to radio a little bit more, because I'm intrigued, because I have a little bit of background in radio, in a local radio station. And the radio stations around here don't necessarily play local music much.
Well, it's like, if they do, it's like a one-time thing. Like there's a special reason why they would, that I've noticed. Like if you think of I think it was just last week, was it Rock 102? I played 7 Mile Sun song.
But they play it more than once.
Well, I just, the way, all I know is I saw on Instagram they had posted like, oh, will you tweet, or not tweet, but like message Rock 102 and request them to play the new song from 7 Mile Sun during the lunch hour. So they blasted that on social media so that you would bombard Rock 102. And I kind of missed the wave there, and I'm pretty sure that they ended up playing 7 Mile Sun. But I don't think they were requesting to play Goodbye, but I think they played a different one because of like the rights to Goodbye or whatever. They didn't have the rights to it, or I don't know, some technical reason why they didn't play it. Yeah, but yeah, so like it's not that they won't, but I just think that like you really got to pull some teeth if you want to get your song on the radio these days.
But
right?
in PA, I don't think they will. Am I wrong?
No, here's the thing, and it's why I love to help. I love to share this with other artists. It's like what you guys said. It's very hard to get these local radio stations. Nothing against these local radio stations. They're catering towards an audience that they know very well, right? They're playing the music that they know their audience wants to hear. So I have nothing against that. They're just trying to do their job.
Mm-hmm.
What I would tell artists is try and find your place somewhere else. Like go to these college radio stations, go to these like smaller towns that are really catering to local artists. I've had I'm so lucky and so grateful that satellite radio and Sirius radio has picked up my stuff. Like that's been a real saving grace of my music. And I work with radio trackers that help me build these relationships with like satellite radio. So yeah, I do think that local radio stations can do a better job of playing their local artists, but there's ways around that. And whenever artists are putting up music, like don't get discouraged if you're not getting picked up by your local radio station, because mostly none of us are, or they play it once, and then it probably goes in a trash bin or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
We should start a radio show.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but yeah.
What if we just put a call out there for musicians to start sending us their music so we can tie their music to the show here?
Yeah.
You guys should do that. That'd be so awesome.
Well, how would you feel if, like, we've made that request to people? We've tried it before and have gotten flagged on YouTube because of it, but I think I might have found a way around it. And we kind of want to try it out. So would you be our guinea pig for that? Like, are you okay if we close this episode with like maybe one of your tracks?
He's been a guinea pig before, so.
Like
100%. Yeah.
What was the one that we were listening to before there, Mark?
Pink Smoke?
Pink Smoke. Could we close this episode with Pink Smoke?
Yeah, for
Or
sure.
that
And I
may
don't
not-
even have no, and YouTube won't flag you for Pink Smoke actually, because I released that one through independently through Bandcamp. So it won't be flagged on YouTube.
See? So it does have something to do with the likes of CD Baby and whoever else distributes.
Like the
Yeah,
way we said.
because when I distribute through CD Baby, they like if someone uploads it and uses my song in one of their videos, CD Baby will go and either flag that or remove it for me, and I have nothing to do with that.
So is that an algorithm that looks for the video, or does it also scan just audio? Because I've done that with, we had a few bands on the show, and we asked the same thing. Like at the end of the show, can we close out the show with your song? So I took it from their YouTube page and put it behind the video that I did, and as soon as it was uploaded, I got a copyright notice from that CD Baby. Didn't like that. So is that just for video, or what happens if we just put audio behind it?
You know what? I'm not too sure. The last time that happened to me was actually Locals. I put the audio for Locals out through CD Baby as like a Spotify, iTunes sort of thing. And then the city of Prince Albert uploaded their version of the music video to their site, and they ended up getting flagged for it. And I felt so bad because I'm like, oh my God, this is their song. They're getting the audio removed off their own song. Like, oh,
that is awesome.
That is so good. Did they try and fight it, or was it like, what happened after that?
They did, and we had to I had to like sign off my song to them. Well, their song off to them. So yeah, it's still up there, I think.
That's hilarious.
Oh man, what would have happened if you said, nope, that's my song, thank you very much?
Can you imagine? They're just like, whoa, dude, like we just did all this for you, and like now you're doing this to us? No.
That would have been killer. Wow.
Oy. Yeah, that was also the last we heard of LJ Tyson.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, it was like a Locals one and done sort of thing.
Just move to another city, do it again there, and then just like the lone wolf, just go cross country. Man.
Look at this production I did for PA. You want to do the same?
You want me to do something for you here too in Saskatoon?
My friends used to bug me. So hard. They're like, oh, now you're gonna go do one for like La Ronge or like Saskatoon next. Like, just like, no, I don't want to be known for like just being the municipal songwriting dude. I can write a theme song for any city or place.
I would totally, if I could write a song, I would take that gig, man. If I could do that. And then, Matt, you get to see the whole country.
I know, but
all the cities.
But people will see through that like in a heartbeat.
So if it's good music, it shouldn't matter. It's the seed that creates.
No, but the city doing this whole production, you just write the song
and then you take it,
and oh,
too funny.
That'd be awesome.
You know what? My biggest letdown for myself is that no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't write a better song than the last Saskatchewan Pirate. Like I tried so hard. I'm like, you know what? Locals has to be so much better, and I couldn't do it. So good job to whoever wrote that.
I don't even think I know that song.
Yeah, you do.
What? How does it go?
Have you been any Bellevue dance?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you been to any other dance? Have you been to bars?
Is it that
weddings?
Ho, hi, ho?
Yeah, that one.
Down the,
yeah.
That's the one? Yeah, I know that one. I know of it. How about?
Oh, you know the lyrics.
Not all of them.
Yeah, you do.
No, I swear that I do not. Yeah, you can test me later. I'm off camera. I'm telling the truth.
Hey, he knows Locals though, so I'm gonna take that.
Yeah.
There exactly. You go, man.
So it is better.
Yeah, four times today. No, but like, I was definitely having a good time with your playlist on YouTube here. Even the covers that you did, like, who doesn't like What's Going On? You know that song?
For Non-Blondes?
Yeah. He does a cover of it on YouTube.
Really?
Like,
man.
Then after that, there was like me, my son, and my wife who were like making supper, and like it was done. The computer was off, and I'm going up the stairs, and hey, like who can't hit the high note when you have to sing that song, right? Like,
yeah.
Man, I'm in a good mood today. Listening to you. It was fun. We had a good time.
How did that note go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good song. I like it.
It is.
Yes, sir. And Arcade. Arcade was an interesting one. Did you listen to that one? There's like arcade noises in it and stuff like that.
It's what?
It's like arcade.
Oh,
like,
yeah. With the Mario. Yeah. I think so. I
Very
noticed
good.
that. I heard it in the background, like, I hit play and then do my work, and then I all of a sudden heard the video game sounds. I was like, the hell is this? Yeah. Caught my attention.
So do you not you don't produce your own songs, hey? Like you were saying the one song had 3 different producers, or do you do some producing?
I produce my own songs. I try and co-produce every single song I do. I don't engineer my own songs. And just because my brain cannot wrap its head around like Pro Tools, I have a basic understanding of it. But yeah, no, I work with some awesome producers and awesome engineers, and I always get a say into whatever I'm doing, and all the thoughts are always original. But yeah, no, I do work with a few different producers.
That was actually one of my questions, but we never got that answered.
Oh, because I
Because you got
threw
locals.
us off when I mentioned
Yeah.
locals.
Yeah. Local producers. So are they PA producers or from around? Are they locals? Stop talking.
So the very first producer I ever worked with was Rich McFarland out of Mosaic Music in Prince Albert. And then I worked with Gary Ostafachuk from Blue Wall Studio in Prince Albert. And now I'm working with Jesse Wyman in Saskatoon from No Leo Studios. And he produced like my song Sober and Hide and Who Do You Think You Are? And he's producing the upcoming stuff too. And then Pink Smoke was done by one of my buddies out of his garage by the name of Travis Beatty. And he's just like, you know how I said my brain doesn't work with like Pro Tools and stuff like that? His brain is Pro Tools and things like that. Like he's just amazing.
Sweet.
Sometimes I wish I could do Pro Tools stuff and whatever, because I like tinkering with stuff.
I don't even know what that is. Is that like that DaVinci Resolve thing?
But for audio.
Yeah, but DaVinci, you can do audio
Yeah,
in there too.
it's not the same.
But this is different.
Well, it's no.
It's just different.
Like you do your video editing in Resolve.
Yeah.
You do your audio editing in Pro Tools. So it's the same concept, but it's
just audio.
Yeah.
Right.
See, I don't even know what the DaVinci thing is. I was thinking like DaVinci Code. Like I don't know.
That it sometimes it feels like it. Like it's
so I kind of just started editing our videos the last couple of weeks here, and like the little clips. And before I was just using like video editor on my computer, right? The free program, because I'm not a techie guy. I don't know what I'm doing. And I was just like adding in the intro and there you go. Right. But I got a new computer. So Mark told me to download DaVinci Resolve, which is like video editor, but like a million times more sophisticated.
You can compare to Adobe Premiere and and Apple. What's Apple's version?
Like iMovie.
The step up from that.
Yeah.
That one. Anyway.
That one. From that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been, I don't know, I've been kind of goofing around with it and stuff and learning some things with it. So that's all I use right now, actually.
Yeah.
But now I'm like even having troubles with, once I'm done with the file, to like send it, like compressing it to like the MP3, all that part of it, I kind of forget how to do all that.
That's a little too techy.
That's
still.
the easy part?
No.
Oh, I thought that's what you were gonna say.
No, you need to have, not that you're not logical, but you need to have the logic in your head how to export it.
How to do that, right? Yeah, I'm just not a techie guy, so I'm learning.
Man,
but it's fun.
Credit to you though, compared to what you were, I don't know, 2 years ago, and how you're using a computer now.
It's an improvement, right?
I would say so, yeah.
Hey man, one promo clip, I even edited it in a song over top of us, like, but in the background.
Huh?
You know, I know, right? Can't do that with video editor. Yeah. So yeah, if you can send me an MP3, I'm totally gonna attach that song at the. We'll close this
You're gonna
episode
try.
with it. I'm gonna try. I don't know if we'll get flagged or not, but we're gonna try it out.
Turns out it's just me sending you guys like a separate email, like please refrain from the use of the song.
That would be funny. Holy shit. So you're still in PA, right?
Just in PA.
Have you-
Yep, COVID
did,
trapped
like-
me here.
Did you grow up in Prince Albert? Like, are you a local?
No, I sure. I am very much a local. I went to school in Saskatoon and I worked in the Range, but other than that, it's mostly been PA, has been home base.
Right. Sweet. It's been shitty weather yesterday, today, hey? Today, not so much.
Well, I had to work from home.
Yeah, but you could have just easily grabbed a shovel. Like your driveway's not.
Did you see
20
how?
feet long, man?
Did you see how much snow there was? No, you didn't. There was 4 feet of snow and about, I don't know, 8 feet wide.
Yeah, that's a drift. Just shovel through that
Okay,
shit.
so there's a drift in front of my house because my house, there's a field and the wind was coming from the north. So it was a huge drift over the road. And then the snowplow came and dumped all of that drift on my
in your
driveway. So in town, we have someone here clearing
With a-
driveways.
with a tractor.
Yeah, it took quite a few scoops to get that out. Oh, and I should show you a video. The high, 'cause technically this is a highway where we live. The highways guy with his big snowplow, he was trying to clear that. He didn't make it.
No.
So Johnny had to finish it off with the backhoe.
Shout out to Johnny.
Johnny from Bellevue.
Thank
Garage.
God for Johnny.
Should write you should write a song about Johnny. Johnny's great.
Johnny with the backhoe, that's a hip hop song in itself.
Yeah. Do it. It's yellow.
Johnny
Yeah.
with the yellow backhoe, that's a country song.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm like finished my coffee now and I'm just like wired up.
So, what have you been working on recently?
Pink Smoke.
Pink Smoke actually,
Go ahead.
sorry. Oh, okay. No, recently I've been working on this project to increase diversity and encourage diversity in country music, and I'm actually going to go record a demo called "Home on a Rainbow" that's part of that project on 2 days from the filming of this podcast. I don't know when the podcast is going up. I don't know if I'm supposed to say dates, but
Well, this
yeah,
is going up on Monday. This episode will be on Monday.
well, in a couple of days from right now, I'm going to go start recording what will end up being the first single off of the upcoming record. So I'm actually starting on a new project right quick here. And then May 1st, I start recording the music video for that. So a lot of things coming up really quick, and I'm on an extreme time limit now, I guess.
Huh.
That's freaking sweet, man.
So are all the songs on that album devoted to the diversity in country music, or is it just the one song?
I mean, they're written by me, and that's kind of what I'm going through right now. So they're all gonna have like a little pinch of salt of that. But like, no, I mean, I just like to write about like toxic relationships and like partying. No, I'm joking. I don't know. There's gonna be like a lot of
as
things
I'm
that
like,
happen.
As I'm like, yeah, partying, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sounds about right. Yeah.
No, I'm totally joking. The album's gonna have like a bunch of stuff on it. But diversity in country music is definitely is my passion project right now, and it will probably be my passion project for the rest of my life, because my first go in country music after locals and stuff was kind of a rough time, and I seen a lot of things that kind of angered me and made me sad. So this time I'm gonna do right by everyone that stuck by me the first time, and I'm gonna start speaking up about some things that I'd like to see change, and sort of practice what I preach, you know, rather than just going with the flow.
Right.
You want?
Yeah, live in your life, right? Yeah, for sure.
Do you want to elaborate on what you went through, or should we just not?
No, we totally can. I'm sorry if anyone's been following me for this last little bit and has heard me say this a million times, but I mean, just the discrimination I faced for being like an indigenous person and being part of the LGBTQ2 plus community. Like once me and my mom were at a gig, and I had just gotten off stage, and I was wearing like this jacket by an indigenous designer, and it had like an indigenous theme to it. And I got off stage, and I'm like feeling that like post show high, and these like two guys came up to me and my mom, and they were like, "Oh man, like I wouldn't be wearing that kind of stuff around these parts. Like people like you would get shot for wearing that." And like, oh, man, I was horrified. Like I was so scared. Like these were just like these big tall dudes and like kind of threatening. And my mom was scared too. And I like begged her not to say anything, and I begged her not to do anything about it. I was like, you know what? This is just an isolated incident, Mom. Like, let's not worry about it. Those guys were just like losers. And turns out it wasn't an isolated incident. And this happens to like a lot of indigenous artists while they're out working, especially in country music, unfortunately. And yeah, and then like when I started initially speaking up about being part of the LGBTQ2 plus community, I would have my bio edited. Like it would be like LJ Tyson is from Prince Albert, is indigenous and is part of the LGBTQ community. And I would send my bio like into these festivals and like bars. And when I would see the published version of that, they would totally edit out that I was indigenous or LGBT. And like I'm just like, all right, like do what you need to do. I'm happy for the gig, but that seems unnecessary to me to have to edit out that part. And so that's why I say this time, like I'm not going to go with the flow, and I'm not just going to be happy for the gig. Like I'm actually going to speak up this time, because it's not just about me at this point. It's about like the 16-year-old kid who is trying to get his foot in the door of country music, and he's indigenous and he's facing the same things that I face because I didn't speak up. Like that's on my conscience, you know, like, so this time around, I'm going to do a lot better. I promise I'm going to do a lot better. I'm going to speak up about things that are wrong. And I don't know, I'm going to do better. And I'm sorry if people have heard this 20 million times now.
No, well,
No, man, it's all good. It's truth, man. Speak the truth. Like, really.
I think it needs to be heard, because the fact that you're facing it in the first place, that shouldn't, like those guys shouldn't have even come up to you. You know, it's not you having to defend yourself. And that's, you know, straight white dude talking here, but it's not you having to defend yourself. It should be those guys should have known better and just leave you alone. Or am I wrong?
No, man, you're totally right. And for me is like I've been in some pretty crappy situations in my time. And the biggest thing I've learned on how to get over those situations is forgiveness. So like I have such a hard time convincing people to not be mad at those dudes, but to feel sorry for them, because they were obviously raised in a way that is like they're missing out on so much by acting like that, right? By being I don't know what they were being, racist or whatever you want to call it. But they're missing out on so much cool stuff that like an indigenous artist might be able to provide them with, or I don't know, just like growing up like that. I feel sad for them. I don't feel anger towards them. And trying to forgive that situation has helped me grow so much as a person. However, like you said, they shouldn't have come up to me, and they shouldn't have that mindset. But it's such an unfortunate part of where we're at in the world right now, and especially like country music in Saskatchewan. We have a long way to go, and I'm not trying to point fingers, and I'm not trying to ask anyone to to change, God forbid. I'm just trying to ask everyone to be a little bit more understanding and respectful and kind.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. Like that's the truth. It's out there, right? So we should be able to address it or discuss it or deal with it, because it's there.
Yep.
And not being able to, like, we were kind of talking about that before too, like we should be able to be in a society today, 2021, where if we're in those types of moments, right, where we can be comfortable addressing it, right? If we're put in an uncomfortable position, we should be able to say, hey, I'm uncomfortable. Maybe this isn't the time or place to be doing that. And then that should be okay, in my opinion, right? That should end that right there. It's 2021. Why do we have to not be comfortable in saying that? Like, just say it, man. Right.
But I'm still of the opinion, like, he just came off stage.
Yeah. And that should have never happened.
No.
Yeah, exactly. Because we're 2021, man. Like that shouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
I agree.
Just see LJ as a person, and he likes wearing that coat.
Yeah. And
so
he kicked ass on that set. Yeah, for sure.
You should high five him instead.
Well, I find it, I think right now, as we are recording this podcast right now, there's so much positive change going on in the Saskatchewan music industry. And it's encouraging to see. However, it can be very uncomfortable to see, because change is uncomfortable, but it's so important. So I think the more we talk about it, the more we empower people to have voices and speak up about it, the better off we are. So I'm never going to judge someone for speaking about something that they're passionate about, or something that they're feeling a certain way about, because the more that we talk, the more that we understand. Like, don't be like me when I first entered in country music and try and gloss over the stuff and not talk about it, because that didn't do anything. In fact, it empowered. Me not speaking about it empowered those guys to say the racist things that they did. Me not standing up to these venues and festivals for editing my bios to not include any indigenous or LGBT content, that empowered them, So I just encourage anyone that's facing any injustice or anything right now, just to speak up. And, in saying that too, I mean, I'm also like a dude musician. And I want to say personally, dude musicians, we need to do better, guys. Like, we need to be sticking up for like these women that come to our shows, or our fellow musicians who are women. We just need to stick up for them, because right now I think it's been made obvious to us by some recent events that we are just not in a good place, and everyone needs to do better with being more respectful and creating safe environments. And at this point, I don't care if I get any flack about speaking up about that kind of stuff, because it's important that we do. And it's so important to me to speak about that, because it kind of goes hand in hand with the project that I'm doing right now with increasing diversity in country music. I mean, it's all about having people who have been silenced for so long, giving them their voices back, or giving them a voice that they maybe wouldn't have had before that. So I don't know, it's all super important to me, and it's a heavy subject. And yeah, I don't know. Thanks for letting me talk about it here.
Well, I actually normally we wouldn't address this kind of this kind of topic, but in light of recent events and you going towards a project that is, tied into all of this, I think we should.
It seems relevant.
Yeah, it's relevant, and we should talk about it. And we can disagree on something. People might not agree with your opinion, and that's fine. You just don't have to be disrespectful about it.
I think people just need to be civil about it, right? It's okay to have a disagreement with somebody, but be human about it.
I disagree with Joel all the time.
No, but that's just the thing. It's like, disagree, argue, do whatever you want. Just let everyone have a voice and let everyone talk, because then everyone's opinion is heard and you can take what you want from it. I mean, I very much enjoy having all different all different types of opinions in my friends and family group. I never would tell them, oh no, you're wrong. Maybe about something dumb, like their opinion on like their favorite anime that I think is trash. Like I'll tell them it's trash if I think it's trash.
Oh, boy.
but never like their opinions on politics or their opinion on like social issues. Like those are all very valid to me, and it's so important to have diverse opinions at the table, because that's how we grow and that's how we understand each other, and that's how we get to a better place. Not by saying I'm right, you're wrong. Let's leave it at that, you know?
That's right.
Agreed.
Yep.
And done.
Yeah. That's the end of the show.
No, you're absolutely right though. That's I do agree 100% on that.
Yeah.
Sorry for getting so deep, you guys.
No, that's awesome, man. It's good. It does make me a little bit uncomfortable too, though, if I'm gonna be honest.
No, totally. Yeah.
I kind of, you know, because we all know there's haters out there, right? For sure.
Yeah.
And I would just, yeah, like you say, we got to be able to be comfortable in saying the things that we think and feel.
Oh, you can be uncomfortable saying it, but you should be able to say it without being worried to beat up or whatever, you know?
Yeah. Sure. Good. Well, let's change topic.
Yeah, let's change topic. I'm like, don't want to get any like crap from anyone, but I don't know. I just love everyone. I just I don't know. I'm weird.
No, you're not, man. It's good.
No, I
Yeah.
think you're totally normal.
I'm like the dude
or is
on
that
Mean, the dude on
or is
Mean
that an
Girls when
insult?
they're like, oh, what? I don't know what you said.
Oh, or is that an insult? Calling you normal?
Being normal? Yeah, I hate that.
Sorry, you were saying something? You were
No,
not?
I was gonna ask about the recordings again, but I think we touched on that already.
Okay.
I'm kind of trying to think of another topic to go to off of that one. You got anything?
Oh, well, lately we've been asking artists, like, do you do any live shows, like live streams and stuff like that? Since we're in the pandemic, we don't really want to talk about this, you know, a whole lot, but it's always interesting to know how artists are faring through COVID.
Yeah. So like like you said, you're a full-time musician, right? So throughout the pandemic, obviously you're still creating and everything and trying to get your product out there, but like financially, have you, like, it must be hard having to do that.
Yeah. I had like a tour canceled right when the pandemic started. Like one that we had all the dates for. We were actually going to be heading out the weekend after the official lockdown day. So we had to cancel that. And we're just like, you know what? It'll be a month. We'll fulfill those dates when we can. And now here we are like a year later and we still can't do it. So that was one canceled tour. Me and my buddy Forrest from the North Sound had like this big dream to do a follow-up tour to our last one. And this one would be like a month long, and we were going to go all across Western Canada. And that dream never became a reality because of COVID once again. And that's why I'm so grateful for radio, and especially satellite radio, for playing music during this COVID time, because that's really what kept me afloat.
Right.
Oh, interesting. I honestly always thought that satellite radio was kind of dead and that artists didn't make a lot of money on it, but it's keeping you afloat. So
yeah, I mean, I guess I'll say I just encourage artists to really try and get their stuff on satellite radio.
yeah, and you're not the first one to say that. Who did we have on? Was it Sky?
Tyler? I don't know. I don't remember, man.
One other artist, at least one other artist, was talking about satellite radio being pretty decent. Like if you compare compared to Spotify, for example.
Spotify.
Yeah.
A joke.
Yeah.
Okay, so when's the last time you played a live set?
Just the other week, we were doing a virtual concert live stream from Prince Albert, and I played a few songs there. And then where were we? And then before that, I did another virtual concert. I've been doing these like little virtual concerts, and then of course just jumping on like Facebook Live with my acoustic guitar and playing that. I am planning a pretty big ticketed event coming up right away here in May. That's going to be live streamed, and fingers crossed we can have a little bit of a live audience there, even if it's just like 10 or 15 people. Yeah, but no, it's been really hard. Like I'm so used to playing a song and then having no applause now. And not that much has changed. I mean, when you play a bar to like 5 people, I mean, it's not much different than being in your living room with a cell phone. But no, I miss playing music for people. I miss sharing those stories. COVID sucks.
Yeah.
It sure does.
Have you seen Barcelona? No?
Oh, I think I saw your tweet about it.
Okay. So in Barcelona, Spain, they I think it was last week, not this past weekend, but the weekend before, they had a concert. Oh, I forgot the band name, but they had an audience of 5,000 people in an arena.
Mhm.
And everybody entering had to do a rapid test, and they had to stay out there until the test came in negative. And if the test was negative, you could go in. Face mask was mandatory, but you didn't have to distance or anything, and you could just enjoy the show as normal. The only thing different was that you had to wear a face mask.
And how many people was there again?
5,000.
Right. And that was a couple weeks ago.
Last weekend or the weekend before, something like that. Yep.
And then has
No,
there
I've
been
seen that, and I
Don't know yet.
like I think that's such a great idea. I mean, we're going into a new world here. We need to find creative ways to work around this. I mean, I seen that Miley Cyrus played a festival for vaccinated healthcare workers outside the Super Bowl. So all these people had been vaccinated, and they were a little bit social distance. They were encouraged to be separate from each other, but still, she was playing live to 5,000 people, like outside the Super Bowl, and I thought that was so cool. Like, I'm so excited for everyone to get vaccinated and for the numbers to go down, so we can start doing things like that again.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. Like Joel and I and our spouses went to a show in Saskatoon with Earl.
this is funny because I just messaged you while you were talking about that, about a contact that I want to touch base with you on after about. But go ahead.
Okay.
But it's relevant to what he's about to say.
Okay. Anywho. But yeah, so there was a pub in Saskatoon that had Earl Pereira and his
Well, two of the guys
Mo
from the
Marley.
Steadies
Mo,
were
Mo
playing.
Mar- yeah.
Mo
So
Marley.
Mo Marley.
It was Bob Marley's birthday.
And we, how many people there? 40?
I feel like there was 40 people there, but like everybody, it was like 4 per table, and they only had like 10 tables open, right? So it was like spaced out.
Yeah.
But
That was
it was fun. It was interactive. It was
and it felt good to have live music again.
yeah. I wouldn't have called it like would you call it a concert? It wasn't like a big
No,
concert
no.
or anything. It was just like,
It was a pub show.
yeah, it was a pub show.
Yeah.
And it was well needed.
Yeah.
For sure. But anyways, I DM'd you the link to one of the guys who works at that pub, and he's the guy who's in charge of like organizing live shows at that pub. If it was something you're interested in, like for sure, reach out to him, tell him what we sent you to him, and I'm sure like they would have you. I don't see why not.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sure. Just
Thank you.
food for thought on that.
Yeah.
And we would go watch you.
Yeah.
For sure.
Nice.
There's actually, you know who else is doing live this weekend is
You'd have at least 2.
yeah, you'd have 2
audience.
guys there for sure.
So it'd be like you guys and my parents and maybe
Yeah,
like
yeah.
my brother.
Jordan Pollard's playing live this weekend
Right.
too, on Saturday night.
Yeah.
I forget which little what town is that in? I want to say Ferris.
No.
Is that right?
Sure.
Sure.
Small town Saskatchewan.
A small town.
Do you know
Saskatchewan. I better
Jordan?
look
Jordan
that up.
Pollard?
Yeah, you know what? I met Jordan right when she started being a part of the SCMA. I seen her singing with an acoustic guitar, and she was just so awesome. And she messaged me. I don't know if it was tacky to say. I'm just like, she messaged me the other day to do some songwriting together. So me and her are going to work on some things together.
Oh, sweet.
That'll be awesome. So yeah, she's playing Saturday night at Hank's Tavern in Bradwell.
Yeah, that sounds like Ferris.
Like Ferris. Yeah, I don't know. Why am I thinking Ferris? What the hell's in Ferris? Jeez, is that even a place?
Harris is. That's where
Harris
7 Mile Song is from.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Jeez.
He's getting better with computers, but
idiot.
the rest.
Why do you want to go to a show on Saturday night? Let's go. Let's go watch Jordan in Bradville.
Oh, me?
Bradville. Yeah. Let's do it. Do you want to
Do
go?
you even know where it is?
No.
Yeah, I'm like, where is that?
I know it's an hour and 20 minutes away from us. From here.
I'll think about it.
Because I had Janelle look it up. But yeah, I want to go. I think it's like $5 cover. Just a little pub. I want to go. I'm trying to make it happen. So far,
That's awesome
like
for $5 after there's been no entertainment forever. That's pretty sweet.
Right? My only catch is like if I'm gonna drive an hour and a half away, like I'm hoping I got a seat.
Yeah, you
Like,
get there.
I hope I get in.
Sorry.
I'll be sold out. And
We're at capacity.
Full. All right.
Sorry.
I'll just hang out in the parking lot.
Just sit by the window and listen.
But I guess when
Yeah,
this
just like get them to crack open a window.
yeah, when this episode's up, Saturday's come and gone. So
So did you go?
So yeah, the show was amazing. It was too cold actually to stay in the parking lot, so I had to drive back home. Yeah.
Right on.
But yeah, so anyways, I DM'd you Chris's info from somewhere else's pub there. So totally like I'd set that up, man. Get back in
Yeah,
that
man,
group.
that sounds
for
good.
sure.
Sounds good. I'll definitely send you a text.
Are there any PA bars open to?
Yeah, that are doing something like that.
Like the rock. Well, it's not the rock trout anymore, is it? What's it called? Or is it the rock trout?
You know what? My best friend's parents owned the. It used to be called the Rock Trout. Now it's called the Turntable.
Turntable.
And
yes.
unfortunately, they just shut it down when COVID hit, which is unfortunate because it was an amazing live venue for Prince Albert to have.
Yeah. That like
Where
shut
was that?
down, or just for COVID shut down?
No, they're shut down for good. His dad is like one of the best chefs in PA. So if you are missing the food from the tartan table or rock trout, he's
Yes.
now with the Prince Albert Golf and Curling Club, and he's an amazing chef, Neil Kerr. And yeah, he's still at PA working. He can still eat his food.
Golf and curling. That's where we're going.
Yeah. Where was that? Where was the turntable pub?
The
Where was that?
the
The club
the
pub? What is
tartan
it?
table.
What?
Tartan table.
Oh, I thought it was
Turntable?
turntable.
Oh, that would have been
like,
that would have been awesome.
kind of catchy.
I mumble so much that it would probably did sound like the turntable. But no, the tartan
It's your-
table was on Central Avenue in Prince Albert.
It's your
Central.
PA accent.
Yeah, no, totally. PA drawl.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's crazy how there's like no place in Prince Albert that you can do that at.
Yeah.
And I can think of two in Saskatoon where you can.
Yeah.
That's why I think like the Prince Albert Winter Festival is so important to people here, because it is the one time of year where you know you're gonna go get to see some quality live entertainment. Because other than that, I mean, it's like a band's playing here in a hall or a band's playing there in a hall. Actually, now we have the Jam Street shared space,
Yes.
which they can do smaller shows there for bands. So I will give them a shout out. They're doing an amazing job of keeping live music alive in PA.
Yep.
Where exactly in Prince Albert is that?
Is that First Street?
Yeah, they're on I think First Avenue
Avenue.
NPA Talk. They're by the downtown A&W, right across the street from there.
Okay.
So
I know where that is. Okay, we're good. So
Yeah. So that used to be Jam Street's music sessions, and Lucy was the owner, still is, but she was the owner and just did music lessons mostly for kids. Am I right?
Mhm. Yeah.
And that's actually where the wolf came from. You know, in LJ's video, the wolf,
Right.
that they came from Jam Street. And now Lucy moved to Switzerland with her husband, and Adriana Boucher took over as managing that. But she's also part of Off the Cuff Improv, so she turned it into kind of a multi
Facility.
space where you have music and your improv. So it's kind of a sweet arts hub, I think.
Interesting. And then you can like she's doing live music there right now?
Yeah,
Or
they
try-
actually just did their first live show there. I forget the artist. I'm so sorry to that artist, but yeah, they did like a sold out show there a few weekends ago, and I don't know how many people they were allowed to have in there, but I heard it was really good. And anytime there's live music going on, I'm always happy about it. So good job to them.
Shout out for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
We just need more of it.
Yeah. So
No, for sure.
I not only encourage you to do so, but I challenge you to get a show going in PA there. Set it up.
Yeah.
I'll help.
I know, I can't
I'll
wait
do
till
whatever.
Sweet,
I'll do
man.
whatever I can to help, man. Whatever
hold
you
you
need
to
me
that.
to do, whatever you need me or Mark to do.
I got
you let us
voluntold.
know.
Fall was cold.
For sure, man. I'm just dying for it. Like that was too long ago that we saw Mo Marley. I feel, and I mean, now they added the amount of people you can have in your household, right?
Yep.
But then something happened in Regina, didn't it?
Oh yeah.
Like it's just still
And now-
fucking all up in the air.
Now Swift Current or Swift Current or Moose Jaw. One of those two is
On lockdown?
is getting to a point where it's almost like Regina.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't.
Anywho.
Anywho, let's make it happen. Let's
Yep.
do it.
Mhm.
On that note,
For sure.
I'm going to ask you like where would you want people to find your music? Like where do you want to direct them to?
Search LJ Tyson on Spotify or on Apple Music or whatever your music provider of choice is.
Title.
Tidal.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't have any of those, YouTube's always a great option. I try and make my music available on YouTube for everyone to listen to that can't subscribe to streaming services. And yeah, come chill with me on social media. Yeah, ljtysonmusic.com is my website. I think I could be wrong about that, but I'm almost 100% positive that's my website.
We'll definitely put those in the description to this video for sure.
Yep.
And we're going to try our best to end the episode with the song without getting flagged.
Yeah. So for those listening and tuning in, if you hear LJ's song right now, great. If not, it's YouTube's fault.
Dragon Buffet Palace, making out with a girl named Alice. She's a little old, but I don't care. There's a little bit of love in the air. She says, my homie Nick, I got the making out and I'm like, shit. Guess he's got more game than me. Count me out like 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Pink smoke in the air tonight, but you won't call me baby. Pink smoke in a car tonight, but you can't call me baby. Tonight, alright. Pink smoke in the air tonight. Tonight, alive, you can't king of rock and he can't help it. Deep thoughts on fame and fortune. Ash out in a cup of Hortons. Pass it over to my homie Nick.
What's up,
He
Rick?
passed out and I'm like, guess he's got more sense than me. Count me out like 1,